Here we go. Welcome, everybody. My name is Marisa Maggio-Harelson. I'm with LifeVantage, and I just love being with LifeVantage. Thank you so much for being on this call this evening and learning about this. It's going to be me and my friend Stephanie Kreun, a nutritionist, that's going to be sharing what we have our hands on. Stephanie is in the Chandler Gilbert area in Arizona as well. We were both introduced to LifeVantage several years ago, and both of us just absolutely blown away by what we saw and the science behind this extraordinary company. I always say LifeVantage finds you. You don't find LifeVantage, but it's up to you what you do with the information, right? So there's an opportunity here to be a customer this evening, to biohack your health, to really start optimizing your health. And if you can fall in love with these products and a few basic business principles, there might be an opportunity that's of interest to you, and it may not, and that's okay as well. We are here to just give you information, but I'll tell you what, I'm more excited today than I was 8.5 years ago when I learned about LifeVantage at a yoga studio. So I just want to share a little bit about me and my background, and Stephanie's going to share her story as well. And you know, I teach yoga and meditation. I worked in television news for most of my adult life until my kids were born and they were really little. And I tried to do it and just couldn't do it anymore. They own my time. They own my holidays. They own my weekends. And it was like, no, I waited a long time to have kids. I'm not going to do this. So I've always been reinventing myself. I always had good jobs. I've had wonderful work ethic, but I never felt totally fulfilled. I just kept feeling like, is there something more? So many years ago, about 10 years ago, I became a yoga teacher because I do love the practice of yoga and I wanted to be a better student. So I became a teacher to teach yoga and meditation. And that's when I overheard a conversation at a studio that totally changed my life. Carrie Williams, I will thank her to the day I am not on this planet. This has been a joy. I love the company, and you're going to hear that. There's more than the company are the people and the personal growth and development that can come from this, and just being around a community of like-minded and like-minded amazing people. So we all wake up with our health, no matter. So I just say thank the person that invited you to be on this webinar tonight. We all, no matter how different we all wake up with our health in common, right? And without our health, we know nothing else matters. So our products, I would say, try to find something better, that it's optimizing cellular health, activating our brain, activating our skin, our hair, our animals, our dogs. I mean, it's just such a joy. So sit back and just relax and be open. And again, I just thank you so much for being on. I'm going to share my screen and talk a little bit about our company, LifeVantage. We're publicly traded on the NASDAQ. We're bringing a breakthrough technology to market, the science of Nutrigenomics. You guys, we're talking about wellness care as opposed to sickness care. We're talking about trying to be healthy so that we don't get those issues in our tissues. Now, for some of us, I fell so much in love with the products and the science of this that I wanted to share it with everybody. So I became involved in the business, and I'm so happy that I said yes. And everyone's results in business are different. It depends on what you put into anything, right, in life. But let me share with you how LifeVantage got started. We were a small biotech company out of the University of Colorado in Denver many years ago. So the Protandim NRF2, our flagship product, has been sold since 2003. There's an ABC Primetime investigative report that we're going to just show you a small little clip of that John Quinones did back in 2005. 2005, I know it was a long time ago, but it really gives you a history of how this once small biotech company got started. So pay attention to what happens to John Quinones's blood level, his oxidative stress level. Pay attention to that word, oxidative stress, because whether you've heard it or not, you have it. If you are a breathing person on this planet, we all have oxidative stress. So I just was blown away. I'd never heard of oxidative stress or free radical damage, but when I saw this ABC Primetime, I got it. So stay tuned, listen up.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with the system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age, but taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So, just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
And
The company that makes
well,
Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
You know, when I hear them say, I don't want to wait till I'm 80 years old to find out I should have been taking it, that just hits so home to me. And did you see that John Quinones's oxidative stress level was reduced by 45% in less than 2 weeks? Pretty extraordinary. There's actually a study on the National Institutes of Health website that shows that Protandim decreases oxidative stress an average of 40% in 30 days in all mammals tested. We'll talk a little bit more about the science, but that's pretty extraordinary when you think about oxidative stress. So that ABC News airs back in 2005, $5 million of orders. The company stock goes way up from $1 to $20 a share, quickly went down. Company's almost delisted because there's an 8-month backlog. Oprah Winfrey's people called Dr. McCord. He'd never returned her call. He didn't know who she was. But guess what? Researchers from all over the world also contacted Dr. McCord wanting to do their own studies on issues that they were interested in studying with Protandim. So because of that, there are over 26 clinical peer-reviewed published studies that Stephanie will be talking a little bit more about. You can see names like Harvard, American Heart Association, Ohio State, prestigious universities and medical centers all over the world, because NRF2 activation, you guys, NRF2 activation, I invite you to do your research on that, because that's what the game changer is, and we have the first in the world. So it switched from retail, it was in retail shelves for 3 years, and it never sold more than a quarter of a bottle per store. So the company was bleeding money and they were going bankrupt, and the shareholders were frustrated, but they knew they had something amazing to get to the masses. So guess what? How do you know about anything good in life? How do you know about a good vitamin, or a good yoga studio, or a good restaurant, or, you know, something that a movie, a book? You tell people, right? But you don't get paid for it. But that's what this company has, a story that needs to be told, and these products people need to understand what they're doing inside of the body. So now we have Protandim NRF2, and I can't think of anybody better to start explaining the science of this and what this is doing, as well as our other incredible breakthrough products that are about activation, not supplementation, is Stephanie Kreun. Stephanie is a mom of 3 boys. She's a very, very busy mom. And she is a nutritionist. She's a former pharmaceutical rep as well, and really got the science of what we have our hands on. And she has had incredible shifts in her family's life because of these incredible products. So Stephanie, thank you so much for being on tonight and sharing with us your knowledge.
Absolutely. It's wonderful to be here. Thank you so much. This is one of my favorite topics to talk about, and it's such a privilege to be able to come on here and share the wonderful products that we have with LifeVantage. So as Marisa hit on, I spent 15 years in the pharmaceutical sales industry. And just to reiterate what you said, Marisa, is we're not out looking for this always, and LifeVantage really finds us. It's network marketing wasn't something I was in search of, but it's really been an answer to so many things for me. So just to encourage you tonight to be really open-minded and grab a pen and paper and take notes, because you want to make sure that your questions get answered, because we're doing a high level view tonight and we're going to give you lots of information, but we want to make sure that the information that we give to you sticks with you, and that you do have follow through and follow up and get your questions answered. So let's talk about our flagship product. Let's go right into it. It's called Protandim NRF2. It is a synergizer, which means that we have ingredients inside of Protandim that synergistically work together to activate a pathway. That is very, very different. This is new technology. This is something new that you need to experience inside of your body, because it's very different than taking one ingredient at a time. So these synergy of these 5 ingredients increases something called glutathione. You need to know about this. It is the master antioxidant of the body. It helps in detoxification of the body. When we activate this pathway, oxidative stress is reduced by 40%. It increases SOD, which is superoxide dismutase. This increases by 30%. This is a hidden secret that was found in the science in the laboratory. When this is activated, we are able to activate genes inside of the body that are protective. So we're talking about cellular protection. We're talking about repair. So what are these 5 ingredients? We have turmeric, ashwagandha, milk thistle, green tea extract, and bacopa extract. You guys, these are plants. I, as a nutritionist, was on fire when I saw this. Like, I'm basically eating a salad, but this salad is in specific ratios that activate this pathway. I have utilized these herbs on their own, but we do not get the same effect in the body as when we bring them all together in the specific ratio. So there is no other product on the market that can do what Protandim NRF2 activation can do. So let's back up a little bit. Why do you need this? Oxidative stress. What is it? Well, it is a wearing of the cells in our body, and it's not biased, right? It's going to affect every single cell of your body, which then affects tissues, which then affects organs, because it all has a cascade effect. So we're getting down to the cellular level. And why can we not keep this away? Because it's the air that we breathe. It's the toxins. We have more toxins, you guys, than we've ever had before. The amount of pesticides that are being used here in the United States that aren't allowed in other countries is mind-blowing. It's exercising hard. It's not exercising at all. It's EMF exposure. You guys, it's on a daily basis. And it's more, we need to be more aware of this today and tomorrow than ever before. Our world is changing, and we need to be able to have the right tools to be able to turn that around and shift that around. If you look here at the slide, this is something that unfortunately I experience all the time with my work, right? It's living in this fast food nation. It's living in this world where we're fast paced and we just need to pick up something. And we're starting at such a young, early age that we're feeding our kids. It's genetically modified foods. It's not having control. There's so many things that we can't control, but what we can do is we can seek out help, and we can put things inside of our body that help reverse or slow down that process. And that is called biohacking. It's the tools that's hacking our current state. And that's exactly what our products do. So why is this exciting, and why do you need to know about this? Because it's science. It's science. That's something that really lit me on fire as a pharmaceutical rep. Peer-reviewed studies were important. I spoke to my physicians about peer-reviewed studies. They did not want to see about my product if I did not have peer-reviewed studies, if I was not showing them a head-to-head study. Pharmacists, hospitalists, I would talk to them about my product, and I always made sure I had data. I did not have that. When I made the switch over and I came into the world of nutrition, that's not something I had when I had supplements. I wasn't able to go and look at peer-reviewed studies. I could look at ingredients, but not an actual product. And that really opened up my eyes. So take a look, really take a moment to look at some of the institutions that have actually researched Protandim by name. American Heart Association, Colorado State University, I mean, it goes on. And they're specifically looking at oxidative stress and disease states and how Protandim is effective in helping. That is power. So go to pubmed.gov, take a look at that, and do the research yourself. Here's something really super exciting. Washington State University looked at the NRF2 pathway and said when this pathway is turned on, it is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. It is a breakthrough in the history of health, the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. And you guys, we're here to share with you tonight a product that has been researched that is activating that pathway. We have the only product that's been researched that activates that pathway. That's very exciting to know that we're able to be out there in the world and share something of this caliber with people. It's powerful. So we're really talking about activating pathways in the body. So Protandim Nerve2, NRF2, is the flagship product. It's how we were founded. But we didn't stop there, because we're always looking at ways to make the body better, to make the body stronger. And the fact is that there's a lot of pathways in the body. So in the laboratory, they also found an NRF1 pathway. And you know what? That is intracellular. That's looking at the mitochondria and the dysfunction of mitochondria and the unhealthiness of mitochondria. So if you think back to your science classes, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cells. So if we don't have power coming to our cells, if they're not powerful and they don't have the energy and the force to do with their work, they're not healthy. We're not living our best self. And what does that look like? It could look like poor sleep. It could look like low energy, right? If our cells aren't functioning at their highest level, then we're not energetically who we are made to be out there in the world. Our brain is not working at its best. We have low cognition. Our circulatory system is not working as best as it can. So these are things that we want to be able to hack, and we want to be able to have it be its best. Well, that's what NRF1 does. I like to say it's really intracellular, right? So it's coming inside of the cells and doing a massive cleanup and making it be like the Energizer Bunny, make it keep going and going. So again, we're talking about 5 natural ingredients that are activating this pathway. You maybe have seen some of these on their own. You can buy alpha lipoic acid. Again, you can buy these on their own, but that's the reason why I love how LifeVantage has called it a synergizer. So it really is the 5 ingredients working together to activate. Now, the third component of our Tri-Synergizer pack, and so it's like the 3 amigos, the 3 musketeers. This is the third one coming in. We're talking about NAD. So you guys, really what's popular right now in the wellness industry and has been for the past year to 2 years is we talk about intermittent fasting. And this is really intermittent fasting in a bottle. And why is that? Is because it's helping to activate sirtuins. Now, sirtuins, it's a molecule in the body, and it's necessary for life. It's necessary for life extension, but it's when our sirtuins are not at their highest level, we're not feeling great. And as they keep coming down, we literally die. So to be able to increase sirtuin activity is massive for longevity. So what can we start to feel from that? We can have better mental focus, more brain clarity. We start to have, oh gosh, I hear this all the time too. Just that positive mood, the being more in the zone and being more present. Like, doesn't that sound amazing to think on a daily basis, I'm going to be more here, more present, more in the zone, have clarity, have great brain function, know exactly where I need to go and what I need to do. So again, we're talking about 4 ingredients that make up NAD that give you exactly what I was just telling you as the benefits. And so when we look at these 3 products across the board, we like to call them the tri-synergizer. So you can take each of them on their own, and they're amazing on their own. But when you bring them all 3 together, I just want to focus right here on this second slide. We're talking about a healthy inflammatory response. So you guys, when oxidative stress increases in the body, at the root of that is increased inflammation. Inflammation really is the root cause, and it's present in all of the aches and pains and things that we go through, and even chronic diseases. It's all about reducing inflammation. But when we put these 3 products together, we're talking about that healthy inflammatory response increasing, look at this, by 838%. So is it effective to take NRF2 on its own? Absolutely. But why would you just want to activate and have a healthy inflammatory response that's at 40%? Why wouldn't you want to take that percentage up to that 838% activation? Like, that's just absolutely amazing. I know for me, I'm like, the more the better. Let's go get it, right? So when I put these 3 products together, I'm going to hit that high level. So where you do what you can with what you have, but I'm here to encourage you that if you taking the 3 together is very powerful. And on top of it, it comes in a convenient pack. And who here is all about convenience? I am absolutely about convenience. I want to know that I can just tear open that pack, take my products, throw it away, and moving forward. And I know, and for my kids as well, because my kids take these, I want to put the pack out and know that it's been taken care of, and I don't have to worry about bottles and little pills sitting around and rolling off the countertop. Like, you have your pack, and let's move on. So there's other products that like LifeVantage has as well. And I actually want to go straight into Axio because it's so important and dear to my heart. And the reason being is because as Marisa mentioned, I'm a mom of 3, and my youngest, I was also a mom that was searching, and I was looking for something natural that could help my son with some diagnoses that he had. And we've been doing a lot of natural supplements. We've been doing them for years. And the fact is that we still had to go the medication route. When we decided to no longer do that, these products were really helpful and influential in when we activated his body. We had a lot of great benefits that we had seen from that. His brain just became more regulated. And that's what we're talking about, is when you activate pathways, like I told you, better cognition, better brain function. For him, he became more regulated, and Axio, I fully believe, was a huge benefit for that for him. It was something he'd never experienced before, but we saw really great, we just saw really great changes that happened in him. And because of that, Axio has definitely become something that we don't go a day without in our house. So you need to learn about the ingredients in that, because again, it's a natural product. You put it right inside of your water bottle. Again, we're talking about activating that brain. We're talking about being in the zone. And I teach cycling classes, and I'll literally almost have a panic attack if I can't find my Axio before I teach cycle, because I'm like, I don't think I'm going to hit that beat if I can't, if I don't have my Axio on my body. So again, just take my word for it. It brings you into the present moment. So let's move over to Vitality Stack. So This is again stacked really beautifully. We're talking about we're talking about NRF1, NRF2, and then a probiotic and omega that you can see are also available on their own. Why is the probiotic with LifeVantage unique? Well, it is encapsulated in something called BioTrack, and BioTrack is an encapsulation that is pH dependent. So when we take the probiotic, we want to make sure that it actually gets where it needs to be. When it's delivered there, the pH will break open the capsule and it delivers the good natural good bacteria. Why is that important? Because we need a good healthy microbiome. And again, I'm going to go back to that oxidative stress. It affects our microbiome. It affects every cell in our body, but it really does affect our microbiome. When we do not have a healthy microbiome, there's a lot of dis-ease that can happen in our body because of that. And it absolutely affects our brain. It affects autoimmune disease can happen. There's a lot of different chronic diseases that can show up because of that. So a good healthy microbiome is important. A lot of times we take probiotics and unfortunately they actually don't get to where they need to go because of their delivery system. So the probiotic that LifeVantage has does have a beautiful delivery system, and we can ensure that there's a lot more bacteria that's being delivered. And so now you're getting your money's worth. Like if you're going to buy a probiotic, you want to make sure that it's getting and it's doing the job that you want it to do. So again, talking about convenience and packages, we have the probiotic and the omega that's packaged in that vitality stack. Omegas, everybody, if you're breathing, you need to take omegas because we do not have enough omega-3s in our diet. We have a very inflammatory, very much heavy omega-6 and 9 diet, unfortunately. And so taking a good omega-3 fish oil is crucial to our health. And what's unique about LifeVantage is it also has some vitamin D and omega-7, which helps with a healthy metabolism. It's also important to know where your oil is coming from. So you can track where the oil comes from fish to capsulation. So that's important that it's in good, healthy waters and that the process is clean because oil can oxidize. And so if it's not clean, it's actually doing more harm than it's doing good. So make sure that you know where your oil is coming from. So let me hit on a couple of other systems in the body that LifeVantage also takes care of. Our hair, NRF2 activation at the follicular level. So we have beautiful, gorgeous hair. Why is that important? You know what, you guys, I'm going to take a moment to say that what we put on our skin is absolutely just as important as what we put in our mouth and in our body. And why is that? Think about the delivery system. Think about doctors that prescribe birth control through patches, or you quit smoking through nicotine patches. Why do they put it on their skin? Because of the delivery system. Because the skin absorbs it and puts it straight into the bloodstream, which is very different than ingesting. So it is so important that what we put on our skin is truly a non-toxic product, because that is being absorbed directly into your bloodstream, and that is causing toxicities in your body as well. So this is really about lifestyle modification, right? So we are biohacking the body with what we're putting in our body by using NRF2, NRF1, and NAD and the probiotics, but it equally as important as what we're putting on our skin and to reducing the toxins there. So I have a challenge for you tonight. You can download an app called Think Dirty. And when you do that, it has a QR scanner on it, and start taking a look at some of the products that you have in your bathroom. And really it will give it it'll give it a number. It'll range it for toxicity, lowest being 0 up to 10. And you need to be aware of what you're putting in your body. And if it's not, if it's coming up at a high level, I encourage you right away to figure that out and to make some changes. Now, when it comes to skincare, we have an absolutely amazing skincare line, a hair care line, and we can go in more depth with that with you. But the skincare line is coming in at 0s, 1s, and 2s. That's phenomenal, as does the hair care line. Now we have to take care of our four-legged friends. So we have NR2 activation for our pets. And then we also have a weight management line, which has a fat burner, making sure that we're burning that fat, not the healthy muscles. So we want to get rid of the bad, hold on to the good that helps us be strong. A prebiotic, which is certainly necessary for that microbiome as well. And then a whey protein, if any of you are into supplementation of any of your meals. So that's really a flyover view of what we have here at LifeVantage. Again, going back to that Tri-Synergizer pack as being our foundation pack, and that is truly that anti-aging activation, and that's a great place to start. But don't forget to add your Axio on there too. So how do you get started? Listen, we love our customers, and hopefully this information is speaking to you tonight, and you're like, yes, I want to start that right away, and I want to get on that. So get with the person that invited you and is kind enough to share this information with you, and place your order. Now, this might be speaking to you too, because you're home in quarantine and looking for something else to do with your life. And if that is something that speaks to you, we want to talk a little bit about the business and how we got started. You guys, again, I will tell you, I was not somebody that was looking for network marketing, but when I saw what I saw in my son and knowing what I do, I couldn't keep this quiet. And I know that I could make such a big positive impact in so many people's lives by sharing this. Not only do I help them, eat the right foods and clean up their nutrition, how can I keep this part away from them as well? Knowing that even bringing the two of those together would really take them to a whole nother level of health. So you have to do what's right for you. We meet everybody where they are, but just know that we have put together packs. The company puts together packs so that you can really experience multiple products. So the silver pack is the bottom level pack to come in at. Then you have gold pack and you have platinum pack. I personally came in at a platinum pack because when I saw what I saw in my son and he had the experiences that he had, I was like, whoa, if this is doing this, then let's go. What else you got for me? And I've been nothing but pleasantly surprised with everything. We've really made a massive switch over in our entire house to utilize all of these products. We have everything that LifeVantage has a place in our family. And Marisa, when you want to go ahead and share, what did you choose to come in at when you
Well, I came in on the platinum as well. Well, that's what we had at the time. We only had Protandim NRF2 and the anti-aging cream at the time. That was 8.5 years ago, but that was the highest level, and that's what I came in on. And that's, for people that are interested in the business, you want to have everything, right? Stephanie, you want to have the whole lattes. If you're opening up Starbucks, you don't want just one kind. So you want to be able to experience the products, whether you take them all every single day or every month or not. You want to be able to have that experience to say, oh my gosh, yes, I tried the protein powder or the prebiotic. And, we're on most every one of these products. I would say we are on every one of these products. Yeah. So this is, to me, just a lifestyle. We need shampoo and we need hair care. We need skincare. We need brain food. To me, this just made sense. So, I say, come in. If you want to be a customer, please be a customer, because 90% of LifeVantage is customer based. But if you see yourself sharing this, you get a website. You can send a shopping cart link to your friends, your family. Say, this is what I recommend that you get. And I love this website is so beautiful. You can go to shop. You can read about every single one of our products. You can read about frequently asked questions, ingredients, summaries of what each and every one are doing. It's like a library just on our website with blogs and all kinds of information. And also you get to, if you do start sharing, then you can at least get your products paid for, or create some part-time, full-time, or life-changing income. I wasn't looking for LifeVantage opportunity when it hit me, but when I saw this, I thought, wow, I could get off the hamster wheel of life, like building other people's dreams my whole entire life that I've done, which I didn't know to think anything different, you guys. But now that I know about this, I am definitely unemployable. I have been able to teach others how to build a beautiful business virtually from their home or anywhere else, and get paid very well. I won't get into the commission structure tonight. This is just an overview, but if you are interested, let's talk about it, because you make up to 40% commission on any new customer first time order, and always for a distributor. And so those packs are only a one-time purchase. And if you someone comes into your business on one of those packs, you're going to get a 40% thank you check. So if you do that 3 times, you've now gotten into the business for free, and you're ready to build a global business if that's what you choose to do. And I didn't know people internationally, to be honest with you, but I have over 8,000 people now in my organization from all over the world. It's not because I knew them, but it was because the handful of people that I introduced this to over time knew people, and they knew people, and it's the people I didn't know that they knew, and on and on. And all of a sudden you have this beautiful connection of people, your online store, and the company sends out the product, so you don't have to keep a plethora of product. You don't have that. It all comes from the manufacturing plant. And I would advise you to please do not buy anything on Amazon. If it is on Amazon, it's not from the company. We cannot guarantee your safety. There have been counterfeits. So we just say, integrity is to purchase from the person that actually invited you and shared this with you. But you get to have an online store, and really the timing of LifeVantage could not be better. Most of the world has not heard about it. If you were to fill up a big football field of Super Bowl fans, I could tell you out of 80,000 fans, maybe you would have 500 that would know about it. So we are in a great place. We have about 75 to 80,000 distributors worldwide. And the Direct Selling Association says the first 135,000 distributors to join a network marketing company with predictable success have an opportunity of a lifetime. Now, I didn't choose network marketing. I chose LifeVantage. But now that I've learned about what network marketing is, I absolutely think it's the most brilliant business model ever. And it is the business of the 21st century. Do your research on it. 79 billion people are expected to have a home-based business in the next 5 years. The timing couldn't be better now. People are looking for immediate income right now, that you can actually have right now with LifeVantage. And then over time, you can build this leveraged income that is actually income working for you while you sleep. And the wellness sector is just increasing. It has increased over the last 8 years in sales. You can see from that chart there, and you can see the other services that are taking quite a decline. I can't think of any other service industry right now that is more important today than our health system. And we're talking health system, not sickness system, right? So, if you go to PubMed that Stephanie was talking about, pubmed.gov. This is really important that you're writing this down, pubmed.gov. That's the National Institutes of Health Medical Library, and that's where doctors and researchers go. So you saw the studies on Protandim, but type in NRF2, and there's over 15,000 studies. Type in oxidative stress. There's over 225,000 studies, and rising daily, over 1,800 studies a month just on oxidative stress. We have the only natural substance in the world clinically proven to increase lifespan by over 5 human years, 10-year federally funded study done by the National Institute on Aging. And we have the only natural NRF2 activator in the world that is clinically proven to reduce oxidative stress, you guys. The root cause of why we age and get issues in our tissues. It's a great place to be. So for those that are seeing the opportunity, maybe you know someone that's open. If it's not for you, maybe you know people and you can refer those people to us, because we have a movement here. We are going global. We're in over 24 countries. We rang the closing bell on Wall Street in January for Wellness Week, right before this craziness happened. And we're the official sponsors for Real Salt Lake Major League Soccer team. So 90 million soccer fans in the world. Aaron Brockovich, huge health advocate of the world, is now on our board of directors. So there's a lot of really great things happening. We're getting ready to open in the Philippines. We're opening in Malaysia and Indonesia, the Chinese markets. I mean, it's just, we're in the European markets. We're just going and going and growing, with or without me here today. I'm just so happy that I saw an opportunity. Never grew up around being an opportunity or an entrepreneurial home. It was a lot about what we didn't have. But I want to show you something here. Since we are publicly traded, our earnings income disclosure statement must be on our website. It is under company, under the resources tab. And when you look at this and you look at the third column, the average monthly commissions paid at paid rank, we have levels from a brand new distributor to an executive master pro 10. So we try to help our new distributors. That's about 5,000 personal volume points coming into their organization, almost dollar per point within the first 90 days. So they're making some income. So that's pretty good, over $600 that are coming through their business once they have 1 or 2 people in their organization that see it like them and want to share this. And then you get into a little higher rank, a Premier Pro 5 that's over 20,000 organizational volume points coming through your business every month. So that's over a $3,000 thank you check that you will get on the 15th of the month, every 15th of the month. This is work you've done one time, and then it repeats over and over because our products are consumable. And people must take them, not must, but they choose to take them. They work daily. So that's, you know, you're going to eat healthy daily, right? So you're going to take these products daily to activate the gene expression. Hitting the elite ranks begins at Elite Pro 7. That's over 100,000 organizational volume points coming through your business. That's over a $13,000 thank you check that you're getting. Now, doesn't this sound crazy? Because when I looked at that, I said, I'm not worthy of that. I've never made six figures in my life. I don't think I could do that. I looked at the levels of Pro 5 and Pro 6 because that was about as much as I thought I could make. So I will be happy to tell you I hit the elite rank of Pro 7 5.5 years into LifeVantage. 5.5 years was going to happen with or without an opportunity in my life. And then 1 year later, I hit what was called Elite Pro 8. That's over 200,000 organizational volume points coming through your business every single month. You guys, this is true. I'm not special. I don't have a scientific background. I'm not a nutritionist. I just have heart and passion for health and wellness. And I had a burning desire to change our family's life and to give back, which is one thing we really do have in LifeVantage. We even have a legacy program where we donate and our company matches. We built homes for people in Rocky Point, Mexico, living in cardboard boxes, part of our LifeVantage legacy program, Families Helping Families, but charities all over the world that we give to. And we have a beautiful system for success. So you have to ask yourself, could I do this? Well, if you have a burning desire to change your life, it isn't net wish marketing, it's network marketing, I promise you. But I love it because I feel like I'm on a mission to help people, to educate people on understanding how we can optimize our health. This is new science, you guys. This is the science of today. And it takes time. When you're pioneers in something, it takes time to get out to the masses. So you are in a beautiful place if you see this. It's a beautiful place. And the system we have for supporting you, we help people launch this. We help them learn how to do this. We help people how to lead, be leaders. I never thought of myself as a leader. I only knew how to work for people. That manager telling me what to do and I did it. Oh my gosh, today, can't do that. We don't have bosses here. We just have heart and passion. And whatever you want to do with this, you can do with this. And as I mentioned, it can be as simple as just paying for your product by getting a few customers on. So if you need more information, please get back to the person that shared this with you. If you'd like to be a customer, please do not wait. Let's get this started now. And if you would like to learn more about the business, we're all here to answer those questions for you. So I just want to thank you all so very much for being on this call this evening. It's been my honor and my pleasure, and Stephanie as well. I could listen to you all day long. You are phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you for the
So
opportunity.
I'm going to stop the recording.